Hello, there are massive work-in-progress balance changes coming to Clash Royale, with 25 nerfs and 0 buffs. Today I'm going to be explaining all of them in under 5 minutes. Make sure to leave your feedback in the comments below as I can pass it on directly to the developers before the final changes get released. Let's get started. Firstly, we have the Evo Baby Dragon getting a card cycle increase from 1 to 2. This just the way it should have been from the beginning. Next, we have an Evo Witch nerf of healing per skeleton minus 16%. Maybe now we can finally kill those Evo Witches. Moving on, we have a Goblin Machine nerf thank the stars, which comes in 2 forms. Firstly, rocket damage minus 22%, pretty significant, and second, HP minus 7%. Goblin Machine has single-handedly contributed to a crazy beatdown meta for many months. I believe this change has been long overdue and is very welcome. Next, we have the Vines, getting 2 nerfs. First, Duration minus 20%, making it act like less of a freeze spell, and second, Total Damage minus 9%, which will change some interactions. Next, we have the Furnace, which is getting a movement speed buff from slow to medium or 33%. This is a net nerf because now Furnaces placed in the back will cross the river in less time than before, meaning they can be slow rolled less effectively and less fire spirits will be spawned. I personally recommended this change a while ago, so I'm very happy to see it implemented. Back to the beatdown meta, we have a Goblin Giant nerf coming in the form of HP minus 7%, and a Spear Goblin in the backpack getting a range nerf of minus 9%. This makes it consistent with regular Spear Goblins. The Spear Goblin in the backpack will also get a first hit speed buff of 25% to compensate. Back with the Goblins, we have a Goblin Hut nerf of 4% HP. I think Goblin Hut is the most underrated building in the entire game, bar none, so this is very welcome, and I just think it was overdue. We have a Goblin Drill nerf with no accompanying Goblin Drill Evo buff. The base Goblin Drill is getting a spawn speed of the first Goblin increased by 25%. It is a net nerf because now it will spawn slower, and the Evo Drill is still the worst Evo in the game. Tower Troops, we have a Royal Chef nerf of 7% HP. I think the problem with the Chef is the pancakes and the level interactions, but this is still a welcome change. Any Chef nerf is a good one. Moving on, we have more Evo changes. Evo Valk is getting a minus 9% nerf to its HP, or a removal of the bonus HP. The methodology here is that Evo should have the same stats as regular cards, and so it's just getting removed. We also have the same application to the Evo Goblin Cage, where the Brawler from the Evo Cage will get a removal of the bonus HP as well, minus 9%. We have Skeletons, very surprising here. A hit speed buff, or nerf rather, of 10%. This also affects Graveyard, Skeleton Army, Skeleton Barrel, Skeleton King, Tombstone, and Witch. So this is a pretty big nerf to the Skeletons, also mainly targeting the Graveyard and the Witch. I never thought I'd see the day. Minions are getting another nerf of 9% hit speed. The range is still absolutely busted, but it seems like they really want to keep it, so they're just going to go with the hit speed again. This also does affect the minion horde. Moving on, we have the Berserker getting a 5% damage nerf. Berserker, one of those underrated cards in the game, definitely could not say I didn't see this coming. We have a Bomber nerf of minus 8% HP. I checked the numbers, it still doesn't die to log, but it will just die a bit easier. Moving on, we have the Guards getting a first hit speed buff of 25%, which is a net nerf because they will attack slower on their first attack. Very underrated card, I think, very effective in the meta, very good against beatdown, will be getting a nerf too. Now we have a very interesting group of cards, 17 to 23, Evo Lumberjack, Evo Barbs, Fisherman Snowball, Ice Golem, Ice Wizard, and Rage. The way this works is we are getting a net boost and slowdown percent nerf from 35% to 30%, which is a net 14% nerf on both fronts. If you take a look at the Rage, it gives a 35% boost, and in the same vein, Ice Wizard's slowness debuff is a 35% decrease. So this change affects all cards using Rage and Ice Wizard's buffs and debuffs respectively. Moving on, we have 2 more Evo changes. Evo Cannon getting a barrage nerf damage of 14%. Very overpowered building, the best building in the game. Definitely think I saw this one coming. And Evo Wallbreaker's getting a death damage nerf to troops minus 11%. It does not affect tower damage, however. Lastly, we have a set of interesting reworks. I'll read the information that Supercell directly gave me regarding these cards. So the Prince, the Recruits, and all these charging troops. They're fixing a bug present in all troops of the charge mechanic. Before, if their charge is interrupted at any point, the troops' first attack would happen instantly regardless of charging. This was most obvious when Ramrider and Prince got instant hits on towers or troops within a few frames of being destroyed. With this bug fix, if the troop is not charging, it'll now use their first hit speed, which will affect it and should make it charge less powerfully. Thank you for watching. Like I said, 25 nerfs, no buffs. Let me know what you think.